So peeps, Monday morning, about 18 orders to get processed and out the door. Quite a few comments to respond to from the last few videos, so I'm going to try and get through a few of them as well whilst we're here. Some good bundles, some good singles, and a couple that are quite interesting. Right, shall we have a wee crack on and see what's gone? Yeah, why not, eh? Right, first order going out today is the complete works of William Shakespeare. So this is from the 60s, spring books. That's what the spine looks like. Had this for a wee while. I've got a few different copies and editions of Shakespeare complete works, and I think this is maybe the second one to ever sell, but it's quite a nice edition. Not much more to say. Most people know who Mr. Shakespeare is. I don't think that's a genuine signature on the front. I think that may have been embossed on, but you know. Anyway, £8.94 for that one there. Next, let's have another look at a single book. Scott Mariani, cracking condition, The Sacred Sword. These sold really well last year, but I haven't sold any for a little while. But I've got a bit of a bundle of them again, and that's the first one out the door. So we'll see if they pick up again as it goes. Ben Hope series, very popular, and that went for £6.94. Right, next, let's look at a bundle, which is Victoria Hislop. So another of the women's fiction authors, which sells reasonably well. Not quite as good as the Katies, but still goes not bad. We've got One August Night, The Return, Those Who Are Loved, and The Thread. So 4 of those going out, and they sold for £11.97. A lovely number. Right, let's have a wee look at what peeps are saying. Alright, here's an easy question to answer. Radio Clash 84. Thanks for your support. Thanks for the comment. What size are my packing bags? So the grey ones that I use are 14 inches by 16 inches or 350 by 400 millimetres. 35 centimetres by 40 centimetres. I get them on Amazon. I also get the little eBay bags, which are these ones, and they are size 4, I believe. Doesn't tell me on there exactly what size they are. I'll see if it says it on the label. Doubt it though. No, size 4 eBay poly bags. I get them direct from eBay, as I get my £10 voucher every month, and it's £11.50 for 100 of those, so I end up paying £1.50 for 100 of the kind of single book bags. And the grey bags, the 14 by 16, 100 of them is £8 something. But I'll leave a link in the description to the item where I buy my bags. If anybody's wanting to do it the easy way, they can do that. So anyway, first question answered. Man, we're on a roll. Right, another single book, 15 Seconds by Andrew Gross. I believe he has written, and is possibly still writing, a lot of books with James Patterson. Again, this one, really good condition, nice and clean. There he is there. And that sold for £6.84. Right, another bundle, but just a little bundle this time. We have John Grisham, one paperback, Grey Mountain, and then a couple of hardcovers, Sully and The Guardians, and the 3 of those went for £11.58. Put them in the pile. Right, another little bundle. Let's do this other little bundle. Barry Loser, Commas put in by Jim Smith. Noses drawn by Jim Smith. Colour of cover decided by Jim Smith. Pages numbered by Jim Smith. Produced and directed by Jim Smith. So a wee bundle of Barry Loser books. I've seen these a few times and I just pick them up. The ones I've seen have always been in good nick, and the 5 of those, £9.96. So it's like £1.99 a book, and then postage. That were Barry Loser. Let's see if there's anything else we can do. A lot of asks about where I get my books. It's no secret, it's nothing special. Charity shops. In the nicer weather, I did go to car boots a couple of times, maybe 3 times, and picked up a few, but it was more hassle than it was worth, to be honest. I'm lucky in this area. We've got quite a few charity shops that sell books either 3 for £1, 4 for £1, 6 for £1, kids books 7 for £1, 5 for £1. So it's quite easy to go out and find places where they have a lot of books. We've got a couple of big shops where they get a lot of stuff in, so there's a good amount of churn. Somebody asking if I have made contacts and done networking to go to warehouses. Who was that? It's in here somewhere. Oh, I can't see it now. That's always the way, isn't it? You get so far. Oh no, there we go. Happy Times 88. So thanks for the support. Do I have to network and make a lot of calls to get into warehouses to get such items? Really no. I've been regularly going to the same shops over and over and over again and keeping buying books and keeping buying as many as I can. So rather than going in and spending 2 hours there scanning all of their books to try and find a couple of nuggets, I'm going in and, you know, taking 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, whatever they've got, picking them up and taking them away. And what that has developed into is them then saying, oh, it's the book guy. We've just had another bag, we've just had another box. It's through the back, and they'll bring it out and I get a wee bit of a kind of a pick before they've even had a chance to go through them and stick them on the shelves. At the same time, if I've picked up 50, 100 books, then quite often, not all the time, but quite often, and I don't ask, I never go looking for discounts, but it'll be, say, 60 quid for the lot, and they'll say, just give me 50, because they know I'm going to be back again and again and again, spending hundreds of pounds with them on their books. I'm not going in and scan and spending ages. I'm in there, I'm quick, I grab the books, stick them in my big bags and get back out. It really is just that simple. If you're lucky enough to have charity shops locally that sell at a low price, fantastic, go for it. On the back of that, somebody also asking about, you know, do I scan them in the shop? Well, no. I don't think I've got any examples here, but most of the stores around here, I don't know what it's like elsewhere, put their little price stickers over the barcode on the back of the book. So you need to be peeling every single one of those to scan them and put back on. There's even a couple that have up saying, please don't scan our media. You know, signs saying, please don't scan our media. So again, I'm not in there trying to annoy them. I want to go in, get what I need to get, and get back out again so that I can get home, get them sorted, get them listed. Another reason I don't scan them in the shop is I've got a fairly good idea of what I want to pick up. Every week I leave behind hundreds, thousands of books that potentially would be good sales, but I don't know them, and until I've got the space and the capacity to take on absolutely everything, I'm not going to touch them for now. So I'll stick to the authors that I know and pick up anything that looks quite interesting off the back of that, which is sometimes where you get a wee bit extra. So yeah, don't scan them in store. A lot of them I don't scan at all because I just know what they are. You know, if it's a Peter May book, it's going to go in the Peter May listing for £2.85, £3, whatever the price is. You know, same with Wilbur Smith, Lee Child, whatever. I know what I'm charging for them. you can go in and scan them and discover that they're selling in World of Books or somewhere else and they're going for £3.65, but that'll be with 3 posts. And as I've said before, I'm not trying to compete with those guys. I can't compete with those guys. They get huge bulk discounts on their postage. The whole business is set up so that they're making pennies on each book, and a lot of their profit probably comes from not paying VAT rather than anything else. So I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm offering people what I can offer them. If they want to buy it and they want to pay what's essentially a premium price because I charge postage, then that's entirely up to them. If they don't want, no hard feelings, you can go and pick them up cheaper elsewhere a lot of the time. Not going to argue with that. So don't scan the majority of books. I will look up a few that are more interesting. Probably about half the time of doing that, you can't even scan them because they're older books, there's no barcodes, so you're just doing a search to see what they're worth. Anyway, that's all about sourcing. You just got to be consistent. Keep going back, keep buying the stock. Don't try and be a Dale boy. Just be genuine, be yourself. And if they want to clear out stock, they'll do you a good deal, so you'll come back and take more the next time. And they might even tell you when would be a good time to come in. Oh, the girls are coming in on Monday morning and they'll be restocking the shelves. There you go, Monday afternoon. That's when you know you want to go in and pick up the next load. But yeah, be consistent, be genuine, be yourself. Don't, oh right man, how you doing? Do us a wee deal on these, you know, see if I buy 100 man, can you give us a bit of money off? Forget all of that nonsense. Just do your thing. Be you. Be consistent. Let people get used to you buying all the books, and then they will make it easy for you to buy even more books. It really is that simple. If you're an everything seller and you're picking up a couple of books and a pair of jeans and a jacket and some toys and some electronics, then that makes it much harder, because you know you're going around the whole shop trying to cherry pick all the good stuff, and that does not make it easy for the people in the store who, let's be honest, they don't really care about you as such. They just want to get their stuff moving and keep getting a price for it. That makes it very difficult for them to say, oh well, we've got a nice pair of jeans, we've got a couple of good jackets, or there's some backgammon sets, and we've got a few books, we've got some of this. That ain't going to happen. You're just the reseller in there trying to make a buck off of them. But if you do it the other way around, and you've got a niche, so whether it's books or jeans or whatever it might be, and that's, you go in there and all you pick up is jeans. So every couple of times a week you go into the store and you pick up 2 or 3 pairs of jeans. Then when you go in, oh, you're the person who buys the jeans. We've just had a bag of clothes in and there's a couple of pairs of jeans in them. Do you want to look at them? You'll get the same kind of relationship building there. So that's a good reason to niche down. It does make getting stock a whole lot easier. And jeans is just an example, by the way. Maybe you do jeans and t-shirts, maybe you do jumpers and jackets, maybe you do shoes, maybe it's CDs or DVDs or whatever it is. If you're consistent that way, it makes it easy for your potential suppliers to supply you. But if you're just in cherry picking everything, you'll notice you get the dirtier looks and people are less keen to help you make a profit off of what they're doing. Having said that, don't ever hide what you do. Be honest. If they don't like it, that you're a reseller, then it doesn't change anything. You're still going to go in and pay their prices. If you tell them what you do and what kind of things you're looking for, when they ask, don't go out saying, oh, I sell and I do this. You know, it's like, why do you buy so many books? I get asked that so many times. You don't read all of them, do you? No. I bundle them up and I sell them on eBay. If I can get them from you guys for 25, 30, 50 pence, then I can make about the same again off the top of that. And, you know, it pays for the school uniforms. It covers a weekly shop. You know, be honest about what you're doing and what you're getting out of it. If you go in and say, oh, it's great, I get these books from you guys for 25p and I'm selling them all for 100 quid, then they're going to go and stick them on eBay. And that's not the case, let's be honest. I know I do get a couple of really good value books, but they're the exception, they're not the rule. I'm in there helping them clear down their stock, keep things moving. A lot of places get a lot of things like books and DVDs in and they just can't shift them, so you're doing them a favour doing it that way. Anyway, enough about all of this. Let's have another look at an order. The Wall by, who is it? Yes, Douglas Jackson. Historical fiction, war fiction. Good condition, actually very good condition. A wee bit of creasing on the spine. It's been read, but not much more. And that went for £6.84. Right. Another single book. Just picked this up the other day. A Secure Base by John Bowlby from 2005. Yeah, Bowlby, John Bowlby, A Secure Base. Something to do with child psychiatry and psychology. And that sold for £6.99. Again, all prices, including whatever postage was charged. Right, a doubler. Richard Osman, Thursday Murder Club, and The Wake Up Call by Beth O'Leary, a nice wee hardcover. The two of those went for £12.98. That's quite good for two books. See, hardcovers always charge a bit more. They is what they is. Right, one that I'm struggling to pronounce. Frederick Delavier's Core Training Anatomy, and that sold for £11.29. So I picked up a stack of these fitness books before Christmas. I think that's the first one to sell, but they're all priced kind of £5 to £10, so we'll see how they go. But yeah, quite a good one there. £11.29 for that little fitness book. Right, what else have we been asking? Oh, Nick 6518. About a year ago I sold a 10p comic from 1972 on eBay and got 49 quid for it. What? That's not bad. It would be great to know what that 10 pence comic was, because I see piles of comics when I'm digging through, and I just don't touch them because I ain't got a clue, and it'll just end up in a whole lot of stuff that I need to put in the recycling bin at some point. But it'd be great to know what that 10p comic was, what kind of condition it was in, etc. Yeah, and then if anybody else sees it, we can get one too, which would be fantastic. Anyway, Bobby Gillespie, Tenement Kid, very recent pickup, and that sold for £7.99. I found these, like rock, pop, music, biographies, autobiographies, thingamajigs, all seem to do quite well, and that's another one. I mean, it's not big money or anything, but £7.99 for one little hardcover. I'll take that. Right, a single solitary bundle of DVDs today. There they is. We've got A Mystic River, The Road, War of the Roses, Private Benjamin, and Waterworld. So that's from my classics, and yeah, I think most of them you could count as classics one way or another. So 5 DVDs. I actually changed my DVD pricing. I thought I need to squeeze a few more pennies out of those just to see if they still sell at that rate. So it was £9.99 for the 5 of those, which is a slight improvement on what I was getting before. Right, look at another little bundle, which is Julia Donaldson again. So Julia has been selling very well lately, so another 5 of her books going out for £12.84. Squash and Squeeze, Superworm, Room in the Broom, Zog and the Flying Doctors, and The Smartest Giant in Town. So yeah, Julia Donaldson has been selling really well lately, and I've been able to pick up quite a few of them lately as well, which is good. So I shall continue to do that. And £12.84. Right, the next 3 are kind of interesting, but I think there was one more comment I wanted to do. What is your eBay? Dr. Destiny 6177. Bundles of books, all one word. I'll try and remember and leave a link to it. I always forget. But yeah, bundles of books, all one word. Search that up as a user and you will find me there. Okay. From yesterday's pickups, sold already. Darren Brown, A Book of Secrets, signed copy. That went for $18.99. Now, these are listed for some stupid prices. I mean, like 50, 60, 70 quid. But none of them are selling for that price. They have sold for 10, 15, 20 pounds. So I just stuck on at 15 quid plus postage, and it sold very quickly, which I'm happy to take, rather than hanging on for for months and months to make an extra £10. Let's just get the cash back in and buy more books. So £18.99 for Darren Brown, and £13.65 for Folio Society. If I can get it out, let you see it. The Siege of Krishna. So that's from the big Folio Society pickup I had before Christmas. There's a few of them left, not too many. What have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 singles and a set of 4 still to sell. So that's about half of them gone. And that one went for £13.65. So quite nice. And another one from yesterday's pickup that sold straight away. John Connolly, Night Music. So that's Nocturnes Volume 2, and again, signed first edition. It has the sticker there. Got quite a few John Connolly signed books. Some of them are my own, but this is just a bog standard signed at Watson's or somewhere, I don't know. That went for £16 exactly. So quite nice. Right, 2 orders to go, and 2 comments to go. The first one is about grading. First comment, not the first order, obviously. And how would I grade my books? How do I grade them? What criteria do I use? First thing I always do is use a touch test. Can you feel bumps on the spine? If you can, then straight away I'm not going with a very good. How bumpy is the spine? So I've got a Richard Osman book here, and you can probably see there's a few creases on the spine there. There's a wee bit of a turn at the corner. Does it look like a red book? Yes, it does. So it's in good condition at least. If it's yellowing, if the corners are really beginning to turn up, then I might push it down to acceptable. But really, the way I look at it is, if I get through in the post and somebody had said to me this is very good condition, would I look at that and agree, or I would look at that and go, that's not very good condition, so it's not very good? If somebody had described this to me as acceptable and I got it through in the post, I'd be saying, is that acceptable? I'm saying, actually no, it's quite good, so it's not acceptable, therefore it's good. It's just, I keep it as simple as that. Very good, I think, should be good enough to give us a gift. So if we were to look at The Man Who Died Twice, spine completely unbroken, front cover pretty good condition. It's obviously not new out the shop, because you can see there is a wee, maybe you can't see, wee catch at the corner. Pages are all good, back covers all clean. So if somebody sold that to me as good and I got it, I'd say, actually no, that's very good condition. If somebody sold that to me as like new, I get it and go, well, it's probably not exactly like new, therefore it is very good. Smooth spine, clean cover, looks unread. That's what I would describe as very good. In my bulk listings, I put everything down as good, because some of them will be good, some of them will be very good, some of them will be like new. Hopefully none of them are acceptable, but that's kind of how I look at the criteria. You'll get some with a bit of discoloration, which again would make them good or acceptable rather than very good, even if the rest of it's in good condition. But it's really, think about it yourself. If that got sold to you as like new, you would say, well, not really, not quite, therefore it's not that. If it gets sold as good, you'd actually go, well, that's actually pretty good, Nick, so therefore it's not good, and that only leaves you the one in the middle, which is very good condition. So there we go, that's what I think of that. Anyway, those two sold for £9.12, which leaves us with a final order and the opportunity to respond to a final comment. And this last order is 10 Harry Potter books. So somebody's picked up some multiples. We've got one copy of the Deathly Hallows, one copy of Order of the Phoenix, a couple of 2014 Goblet of Fires, 3 earlier edition Goblet of Fires, And here's a good one. So that's how it should look. And that's one that's got a little bit faded. So that's why I list them all as good. So this one is actually, other than the fading, it's in very good condition. Spine's unbroken, it's never been read, it's just sat on the shelf in the sun and got a bit of fading on it. So that's another thing in the conditions. And then 3 copies of the Philosopher's Stone. None of these are first editions, which is kind of what the comment I wanted to respond to was about. But that bundle did sell for £21.07. So I kind of paid for 6, got 4 for free, and then paid postage, which will cover about half of the postage. But that's the way I roll. So the question that was up there was asking about, what do we think of Harry Potter first editions, Bloomsbury ones? I don't know if there's any other ones, to be honest. You get the Ted Smarts and such like. Who does the ones with the Archer dude on them? That's Bloomsbury as well. Yeah, there's nowhere near the same value in the Harry Potter first editions as there was, a few years ago. Not something I experienced myself because I wasn't doing this at the time, but I've heard people talking about selling a complete set for hundreds and hundreds. If you go onto eBay or anywhere else and have a wee look, you will see people still trying to charge £1,000-2,000 for certain first edition books because they've got misprints. I find loads of them. I've got stacks and stacks of Harry Potter first editions, and they can sell for anything 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 20, 25 quid, depending on what they are. First 3 books, if you get them in hardcover, they seem to be worth a wee bit more, but beyond that, there's not any ridiculous value in them anymore, I don't think. If you've got a complete set of the 7 books and they're all hardcover first edition, you'll certainly do alright out of it. I wouldn't want to put a price on it, but maybe £50 to £100, I don't know, somewhere about that. I don't sell them that way. So yeah, they're worth picking up if you get them for 50p. Up to that, that's a good deal. You will make a couple of quid on them. If you've got them as a set, then you'll maybe make a wee bit more because it saves somebody having to go and make up, find a set elsewhere. So yeah, first edition, first print, first edition. That's the ones I'm talking about here, because first editions, there's like 102 prints of some of them. But first print, first editions, yeah, you'll get a few quid for them, but nowhere near the stupid money that we did get in the past. Anyway, that bundle of 10 Harry Potter books, £21.07. So what's that? £2.10 a book somebody's paid for them. That's a good deal. They're not buying them for themselves, I don't think, because they've got multiples. So hopefully they can take that in their shop, in their store, selling them online, whatever they're doing with them, and get a couple of quid out of it themselves, which is why we're here, to make the world a better place for all. Anyway, that's all of today's orders. Let's not chatter on anymore. Total value for that lot, £203.98. A third at eBay, a third in postage, 60-70 quid profit, less cost of books. I think there was 46 separate items going out. So 46, I know some of them are DVDs that only paid 10p, but let's just say 46 divided by 4, 11-12 quid. So £50 to £60 profit off of that. A pound or so, let's say a couple of quid in packaging materials, so about £50 profit going back in from a whole weekend's worth of sales. Yeah, this ain't making nobody rich, is it? Not at this scale. Anyway, I like doing it. That's why I do it. Love you. See ya. Bye.